Hello viewer, we're doing another Starfield video, and this time I'm recommending that you do a slight modification to your control setup if you fly with a controller. If you're flying with keyboard and mouse, this may not be applicable to you. I don't fly with the keyboard and mouse much, so I don't even know what the controls are. Anyways, by default, there's two functions on here that I think they kind of got ass backwards. There's the switch flight modes, and there's the fire weapon group 1. Now by default, weapon group 1 is on the left trigger, and switching to flight modes is on the right bumper. And I found out when I first started playing the game that I was much better off if I swapped those two bindings. The reason for that being that the only way to use your thruster flight mode while you're in combat is if you use your index finger on the right bumper and then you use your middle finger for firing weapon group 0. And that seems like an unnatural position to hold my my controller in. So instead what I did is I used the left trigger to switch me into thruster mode, and then I can use either the right trigger for weapon group 1 or weapon group 0 rather, or the right bumper for weapon group 1. And it's not very often that I want to use both of those simultaneously. So I can basically just run my index finger back and forth between them. So here's the control bind that's already switched, and that's the only two that I've swapped, is just the flight modes and weapon group 1. That also puts all of your weapons over on the right hand side of your controller and leaves the left hand side of your controller for the scanner and the thruster mode. And of course, to go into thruster mode, you're going to need to have piloting level 1. So now let's go up into space, and I'll show you why I think that's more effective. And I should have a mission to... Whoops, I should have just gone straight to the cockpit. I should have a mission to go do combat.
If you need something, I've got your back.
I do not need anything.
Escape trajectory plotted.
Okay, so right stick, pitch and yaw, same as it always was. Roll on the left stick, same as it always was. And then left trigger puts you into thruster mode and allows you to spin the ship around, stuff like that, while you're firing the weapons. And it's only really awkward if you try to fire both group 0 and group 1 at the same time. Another interesting thing that I'm not sure how many people know about is that if you're in the middle of boosting and you go into thruster mode, it'll abort your boost. So wait for it to recharge. We'll boost. Normally you would have to wait for it to run out, but thruster mode lets it abort and start recharging immediately. And of course we're now drifting backwards. So I thought I had a combat mission in this system selected, and I do. Procyon A. Let's go there and destroy this guy. And I'm going to pull a group out of the engine for the next turn. Oh, I guess I don't need to jump. Now, when you're in stuff like this, it's very handy to be able to just strafe your way around asteroids. And you could theoretically even use them for cover. And because I'm able to keep, like I'm using my left index finger for that, I still have full control over the stick of the ship on basically both sticks. Okay. Yeah, let's try this out with some combat. Damn, that was a slow one. Okay, well that completely... Whoa, Starborn, why do we have those guys here? That's not the ship we're looking for. We're looking for Crimson Fleet.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Okay, so now we can go into let ourselves drift. We can go into thruster mode.
Come on!
I can strafe out of his fire.
Direct hit to their grab drive.
But it's very easy to go in and out of the thruster mode using this. Oh, and maybe I should stop dicking around before I get blown up.
Enemy's grab drive out of commission.
Grab drive's out!
You've taken down their shields.
Enough?
Have I had enough? So yeah, what I like about it is that it's very natural to switch back and forth between the thruster mode and the normal flight mode with it on the trigger. It's just right there all the time, and it becomes a normal part of your control, your flight controls. And you can also abort your boosts, as I was saying. So yeah, you might want to consider doing that if you fly with the controller. See whether or not you actually prefer that control setup, and hopefully that'll help you a little bit when you're flying. Anyways, thanks for watching. Come back for the next video.